Welcome back to It's a Vase Productions, where today, finally, we're getting back to some still game. I know it's been too long, and that's totally on me. Maybe after, at the end, I'll give you some of my reasons on why it's taken so long. But for now, let's just get right to the still game. I was just getting it ready to watch, opening the file, and just the opening music, and I was like, man, I've missed this, so I'm excited to get back into it. Unfortunately, we still have to go over to the other website to watch the reaction, so that's going to be in the description. I don't like doing it, but apparently for these last 3 series, we have to. But this is the beginning of the end, and I promise within the next week or week and a half, we're going to finish out Still Game. For now, let's start with Series 9, Episode 1, which is Local Hero. Go over there, click the link in the description, and then come back here. Okay. And we're back. All right. Series 9. Off to a pretty good start. I definitely enjoyed that. Getting to see them deal with the technology. Obviously, they're terrible with it. They're getting all the words wrong. They're getting all the when they go to the cell phone shop, that was pretty hilarious. When the guy just starts, do you on Android, iPhone, how many G? They're just like, I don't know what any of that means. We're literally just trying to call each other on the phone. Of course, Winston chucking his leg at that guy and becoming a local hero, though, that is just hilarious. You gotta love a good Winston B story. And I really enjoyed this one. And that he had Methadone Mick there with him. Always a pleasure to see Methadone Mick. And him and Winston in this were definitely my favorite parts of the episode. Yeah, generally just pretty good. I'm definitely glad to be watching Still Game again. It's been like over 2 months since I put out the last reaction, and I haven't watched any Still Game in that time. I'm trying not to rewatch anything until I finish watching the series first. So just hearing the music and seeing the characters again after 2 months, it reminded me just how much I really do enjoy this show. And it is slightly different because this is the only thing I've ever, like the only television show I've ever done like a reaction to. So it's a little bit different experience watching it because I'm trying to remember different stuff for when I talk about it afterwards, and I'm trying to make sure that if I'm gonna laugh, that I laugh out loud and stuff. You know, why bother doing all of this if I'm not emoting? So it's definitely been a different experience, but it's really been such an enjoyable show, and I'm really glad that it's as funny and good as it is, because otherwise I'd just be watching it with like who cares? So no matter what, even though the later series after the break have been called not as good, it's still got that Still Game feeling to it. I think I said it before in some episodes about Series 8 that it seems like they skip over a little bit more of some of the heartfelt stuff in these later series. Like in the earlier series, like series 1, 2, 3, there was a definite like up and down, like there's humor, there's hilarity, and then there's some like really heartfelt, deep moments. And this, again, had a very little bit of that when they were mourning their, but they quickly turned that into a joke. And partially, maybe part of that is because they're building up to the end of this series, and this is the last one, so I don't even know what's going to happen. I'm terrified that it's going to be sad. People have sent me messages and they're like, oh, just wait till you see the end, man. So probably for the last episode, I'll probably watch that one without the shades on, just so we can get a absolutely clear. That'll be your reward for sticking around to the end, is that I'll be doing that. And that's on the way. I mean, there's only 5 episodes left. And so, yeah, this is the beginning of the end. Local hero. Winston's a hero for chucking his leg at some stupid purse snatcher. When he bet on the horse that was named after his catchphrase. That was But even as I was watching this episode, they did such a good job, because as I'm watching it, I'm thinking to myself, that line is already getting old, and I'm just watching a show. Like, this is already, oh man, yeah, internet fame. Also, where they're trying to do all the different stuff to get famous, I'm just like, yeah, that's rough. I was like, at first, yeah, people don't have to have any talent to get famous. And I'm just thinking about me watching this show and doing a reaction to it, which is like kind of like doing nothing. I don't know. But then again, I'm not famous for that. Thank goodness. I don't know. Because at the end too, it's like, what if you get famous, but for something you don't want to be famous for? Like, they end up getting famous for drunkenly crying over their uh dead wives. And they're like, we wanted to be famous. This isn't quite how we wanted to go. So yeah, I definitely had fun with this. And as I said at the beginning, expect more episodes to come out relatively soon, because I am going to finish watching this show. Why was there so long of a break? Part of the reason was my channel got demonetized because of some other videos that I was making, but those videos are wildly more popular. And I was like, what am I going to do? Because I want to monetize my channel, but I also want to keep putting out these videos that people are watching. And so what I actually have to do, and I'll probably be finalizing this process tomorrow, is splitting this channel into 2 different channels. Nothing will change for the people that enjoy my reactions. This channel will stay the same. The new channel will be a Supercuts channel, or a it's like Vase's Cuts, I think is what it's called. Because that's my Supercuts. A lot of people were watching them, but YouTube is like, that's not allowed to do that. So I was like, so I'm allowed to put them up, but it'll demonetize my channel. Like, it's not like the videos themselves aren't allowed, but if you have them on your channel can't be monetized. So I'm going to put them on their own channel. Everything else will stay here. Long-winded, but I was confused about exactly what I was going to do, what changes I was going to make. So there was a lot of confusion there. That's what's happening. Another thing that probably is the reason that I took so long to get back into this is because I have been busy with other stuff, but one big thing is I don't want this to end. Like, I don't want Still Game to end. I don't want to watch I did the same thing when my brother told me to watch Breaking Bad. When he told me to watch Breaking Bad, it was basically all out by that point. And so I didn't listen to him for so long. And then I finally watched it and I was like, oh, I'm really enjoying this. And he was like, oh, that's great. I can't wait to talk to you about everything. And so I'm watching. We talk about it. Watching. I get to like the final season. And then 4 episodes before the end, I just stopped. And he's like, what's going on? Why aren't you watching that? I was like, I don't want it to end. And he's like, well, it's already ended. And I was like, not for me. Not yet. As long as I don't watch it, and it's not over. So, and I've done this with other shows and other things before, and I apologize, because even while I was like, I don't want Still Game to end, at the same time, I know people are watching me watch this, and I'm just making them wait for no reason other than I don't want it to end, like a nonsense. Just watch it, and then the good thing is once I finish watching it, I can rewatch it if I want to. So there's always that. So look out. After I watch the final season, we're going to do a whole nother. I'm going to react. This is my reaction to every episode. No. I'm saying I could watch it again on my own time. Good Lord. What if I reacted to every episode? That's like, what do you do? Now it's like, what do you do? If you weren't already wondering that. Anyway, thank you for your patience. Thank you again for recommending this show, because I love it and it's been great, and I'm excited to see how it ends. And then I'm excited to get back to doing some reactions to comedians. I haven't done like a comedian reaction in a long time. So comedian reactions, and there's other shows I know you guys want me to watch. So again, keep the suggestions coming, because after we finish Still Game, I'm going to need more stuff to watch. So let me know if there's anything else you want to see me see. Anyway, that's all I got for right now. See you next time.